What's going on, guys? So the good people over at Droid World and Xmedex Australia have sent us out some goodies to take a look at. Now these two companies, Xmedex actually makes this device here and Droid World are a streaming box seller. They sell all sorts of different media center things like streaming boxes like this, remotes and things like that. And I'd just like to say a cool thank you out to them. They sent us these out to review. Now this is just the unboxing, so we're just going to take a quick look at it now. Before I start though, we'll just show you their cards. They included some cards, so I'll show you them. There you go, that's for Droid World. On the back there, they have all sorts of cool stuff. And then Xmedex, who made this device here. So there's that card and the other side. Now there's two versions of this one we've got here. We've got the Xtreme, there's the Xtreme and then I believe the Xtreme Plus, where it has some more RAM and a bit more storage. Let's just take a look at the smaller one first. So they sent us out this little remote as well. Looks like it's got a touchpad on it, so shouldn't be too much in here. Oh, it's upside down. So in here all we've pretty much got is we've got the USB cable for charging, and then the keyboard touchpad thing itself, and then on the back here it uses a rechargeable battery. This looks like a, if I can pop that out, yep. So it can either take a rechargeable battery or two AAAs, whatever you want, and then there's the receiver module in there. These are all RF, so it's pretty good, so it has a pretty good distance. Now the battery it comes with is an 800 milliamp hour battery, so this thing would use hardly anything. It's a pretty low power device, and this sort of cell shape looks a lot like a Nokia battery actually, so yeah, it's kind of interesting. And then just on the front here we have all the keypad. It's a full QWERTY keyboard, little chiclet keys. They're actually they feel like tack switches. They're very clicky, so it should have a very good key response. Page up and page down, got the arrows and then a touchpad with a scroll thing there and then volume and stuff. This is actually pretty neat. Got whatever that is, space bar or something. Maybe that's to turn this thing on and off, but we'll look at that later on in a different video. So this is just a quick video just to unbox this thing. I wasn't planning on doing an unboxing video, but the box is pretty cool, so we'll take a look. So here is the Xtreme. As you can see on the front here, it has 2 gigs of DDR3 RAM and 16 gigs of internal storage. Now this is a 4K compliant streaming box, I believe, so it can play back 4K video at a decent frame rate. It should play it back at 60 FPS, I believe, but we will find that out later on. Just on the side here, it has 5 GHz Wi-Fi, that's 802.11ac, so it's dual band, it's certified, has AirPlay support, and it runs Android 4.4 KitKat. I believe you can also dual boot these with Linux as well, so you can have a little Linux box. Here's the specs, just basic specs on the side. We've got the A17 processor, it's quad-core, USB 2.0 and HDMI, Bluetooth 4.0 and 4K Ultra HD. It also has gigabit LAN, which is also handy, seeing as it is a media streamer. This also has Kodi pre-installed, I believe. And then just on the side here, not much else. And then on the back, a few more things, got the serial number. And then down the bottom here, 16 gigs of storage, CPU, all that same stuff, and what comes in the box. And it also comes with its own little remote as well. So, what's in the box with the spots? Let's have a look. So, opening this up now. That's not too bad actually. It also comes with a little screen, not really a screen protector, just a top protector. Now, this is pretty neat because like stuff like the Apple TV and the Roku don't come with this sort of stuff, I believe, so it's a good plus, seeing as this is a glossy plastic. You don't really want that getting scratched up too much, especially if you plan on upgrading and selling off the old one later. So we'll get to this in a minute, but underneath the phone, this is packaged quite well actually. And we'll pull out this box in the bottom. No, it's just a lid. Reminds me of a donut box. So what we have here, we have the antenna, that's for the Wi-Fi. Pretty beastly looking. And then we have the remote. Now, just looking at this first up, it does kind of remind me of a Roku 2 remote. with a little tag on the bottom. It's a different color and everything, but it does kind of remind me of that. So yeah, that's not too bad actually. And then underneath here just takes 2 AAA batteries. Infrared remote, not RF like the keypad we just had a look at. Very neat looking, and you can see my lights there. Yeah, that's not too bad actually. I like that. And then we just have a USB A to A cable. I don't know what this is for. Maybe this is for updating the firmware or something. Then we have the wall adapter. This is just a standard switch mode power supply. And if we just zoom in here, I'm not going to take it out of the bag. It's going to be too hard to take it out of the bag. But here's the specs on it. So it's 3 amps at 5 volts. Not too bad, not too bad. So power usage on this thing is probably going to be fairly efficient compared to having a fully fledged media center like what I already have. I have a, if you haven't seen it already, I'll put a link down into the description of building my media center. It's a bit unorthodox the way I've designed it, but yeah, it works. And then we've got a nice shielded HDMI cable. I'd say this is probably about 1 meter or 2. And it's got nice thick plugs on it and everything. Very sturdy, very nice looking. Always need more HDMI cables. And then we have right down the bottom here, we have the operations manual, just a little booklet here showing off all the stuff it comes with. So we have the OTG cable, and then power supply, blah blah blah, screen protector, and then here's all the bitty bobs, and we'll take a look at that in a moment. And then it's on the back, it tells you what all the buttons do. So let's just take a closer look at the unit itself. Whoops. So it is packaged really nicely. It's in like this foam block. It's very sturdy. It's about the same size as an Apple TV 2 or 3. I think they're all about the same size. So here's the device itself. It's very pretty. It's just got this plastic film here. I'm going to leave that on until I put the screen protector on. I just don't want to scratch this thing up. It is a glossy plastic by the looks of it, so if you're not a huge fan of glossy plastics, you can always get... I don't know if this screen protector is clear or if it's matte. If it's a matte one, that'd be cool. For people that don't like glossy finishes, I'll tell you in the review. Anyway, so on the front here, we have AV recovery. That's just a little button you press, it should reset the device. Most Android devices have one of those. OTG and USB. So this OTG is probably, yeah, hot load updates and stuff to it. It does have a TF port here, micro SD. And the AV, that's probably just an AV breakout for composite and everything, so not too bad. Whoops. Let's just zoom in a bit here. So then we have that gigabit Ethernet. It has no activity lights on it though. That's okay, it's not a huge deal. 2 more USB ports. I believe these are just 2.0, I don't think they're 3.0. HDMI out, optical out, and DC. Optical is a really big one because a lot of these streaming boxes don't have optical out, and some people on their setups, they don't rely on HDMI audio pass-through. They'd rather use optical. I think it's just easier to network it that way, so you can run everything to your receiver and then, or everything to your amp and then everything to your switch box separately if you're using a projector and stuff. Some people like that. I just tend to just use HDMI audio. I never had a problem with it. I used to use optical. But that got a bit messy, especially when you've got multiple optical devices. You need to have an optical switch, and that's just extra hassle, but each to their own. And then on the, seemingly I think this is the side, yeah, that's the side. So the power button's on the side here, and there's nothing on the front, so it's very minimalist looking. My camera's not focusing properly. Yeah, very minimalist looking. You'd probably never notice this was actually here in the room. So on the side here we have that 802.11 AC wireless adapter jack. Standard fitting size, so you could change this out for whatever antenna you wanted. If you wanted to use a different antenna, a bigger one, a smaller one, whatever. And then the power key on the side there. Again, on the top, there's that one. And then on the bottom here, we have just the setting, basic information: 3 amps, 5 volts. That's a decent power supply. Like, this comes with like 3 amps, is pretty beefy, so shouldn't have any issues. I think it's probably 3 amps because it does have full USB 2.0 host support, and it also has to run this optical, and Ethernet and everything like that. So that's fairly power hungry for something this size. Like if you're comparing this to like a tablet PC wouldn't be able to handle that much. Tablet PC is probably going to clock out at probably 2 amps max. That's the most current I've ever seen a tablet be able to support, like for everything, screen and everything, is about 2 amps. So this is going to be fairly decent on the power front. So yeah, that was just a little quick unboxing, very quick video. Expect a review up soon. I'll have to play around with this and set it up. I think it might actually beat my fully fledged home theater PC. I don't know. It is running Android, so who knows. But anyway, thanks again to the guys over at Xmedex. Sorry, I called them Medex, but it's Xmedex. And Droid World for sending this stuff over, and expect the review soon. Anyway, for more videos, just hit that subscribe button with all my other content, whatever. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!